focus on the vengeance, people, because that's what I'm interested in. Hi beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, my name is Talia Adewale. Welcome, and this is Disbydem. Today we're going to be talking about TheGlory, which is a South Korean TV drama streaming on Netflix. So be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I post new videos. And with that, let's get into this.
오늘부터 모든 날이 흉흉할 거야. 자극적이고 끔찍할 거야. 막을 수도 없앨 수도 없을 거야.
사랑의 아버지 하나님 진심으로 감사함을 드립니다. 부족한 저희들을 늘 사랑으로 여겨주시고 주님의 은혜에 다시 한번 감사드립니다.
네가 문동훈한테 어떻게 했지?
Oh my god, this was actually recommended by my auntie. Shout out to my auntie for recommending this show. It was amazing. And I'm so glad that she did, because I love a good revenge story. Now, when I say a revenge story, I was thinking like John Wick. You know, they killed his dog, he went for revenge. I'm like, yeah, that's warranted. That's called for. This was... I wasn't expecting what they did to this girl, to be honest. Like, I didn't even... It's not something that I could imagine people thinking about. Like, when they say the heart of man is wicked, this is what comes to mind. So TheGlory follows a young woman bullied to the point of deciding to drop out of school, plans the best way to get revenge after becoming a primary school teacher. She takes in the son of the man who tormented her the most to enact her vengeance. Reading this description, my question is, who is the son of the man who tormented her the most? Because I didn't get any of that. So is Jo-hyun the son of the man who tormented her the most? Is there a plot twist coming, people, that we don't know about? Like, mind blown. I saw this and I was like, what the actual F? Because I thought that there were already enough twists and turns in this. They weren't going to just hit us with something like this, but they do. So it was crazy. Every single person in this TV series is on the brink of a psychological breakdown. Even the person that I thought was the most normal, who was the doctor, Jo-hyun, like, I think he's the worst of them all. He is literally fantasizing every single day about killing the guy who killed his dad. And that's on another level of crazy, to be honest. I get it. But still, you know? And that really threw me for a loop when they revealed that, and I was like, oh my god, he's even like more broken than Moon Dong-yoon. So if you don't know, the series follows Moon Dong-yoon, who was, I can't even call it bully, to be honest. She was tortured. This girl was tortured by a group of friends. There were 5 in the group. 3 of them were from rich and wealthy families. The other 2 were kind of like just tag-alongs that got, I would say, lucky and weren't chosen to be bullied by these other girls. But Park Yeon-jin, when they showed what she was doing to Moon Dong-yoon, I don't understand. Like, honestly, it's things like this that make me really, really scared as a mother to send my children to either public or private school, really, because this was a private school that this was happening in. And the girl was being tortured day and night, like being burned with an iron in a parlor, being punched, choked out. Myung-oh was like forcefully kissing her without her permission. Like, it was psychological, physical, and mental, like just torture. It wasn't bullying. So they bullied this girl to the point where she contemplated taking her life multiple times and eventually dropped out of school. Now, that was bad. My own thing, the thing that even like scarred me the most, was the teacher. The homeschool or homeroom teacher who kept on smacking her and slapping her. Nobody said anything. I had to ask, with a lot of the abuse that they really reference in this TV show, is South Korea like a predominantly like male structured country? Like, is it like men come first and then everybody else? Or is it just like the lower class, they just suffer like that? Because it almost seemed like they didn't really have respect for women. And I don't know. I think this is where I need to educate myself and go and figure it out. Because in the school, when he was slapping her multiple times, I was almost like, and I said this jokingly because of how I grew up and how schools are in Nigeria. I was like, why won't you use a whip or a cane like a normal teacher? Because that's what they did in Nigeria. Like, teachers were allowed to whip students or beat students. You would get slapped maybe once, but never multiple like that. That was a beat down. That was assault for me. Growing up where I grew up, you can't do that. You get one slap. One slap alone, you're allowed to whip students or flog them, not the S&M style, I mean real punishments, but not what the teacher did to her. And honestly, when he died, I was excited. It's not something that I say like happily, but I was very much excited for his death in this series.
너 이거 우연 아니구나?
끝에서부터 가운데로 침묵 속에서 맹렬하게
마음에 들어요.
The revenge was like 18 years in the making. Like Moon Dong-yoon, you know, suffered through whatever it is. She worked in a factory, you know, got a scholarship, went to university, tutored her whole 20s just to save up enough money for this vengeance plot like that. Like, I think nobody's surviving this.
We're all gonna die tonight.
That's the kind of mindset I'm taking into this, because as much as I hope for a happy story for Moon Dong-yoon, I don't even think she wants that. I think she's like, I will give my life if it means that I get vengeance on these people. And after what they did to her, I can totally understand that. I don't know how Jo Young-jung is going to play into this vengeance story. I don't know where So-yee's body is. Did anyone clock that So-yee was actually played by So-yee from Singles Inferno? I was like, yay! I'm so excited to see that. I mean, she was there for like maybe 5 seconds and they just flash her and her hair is down. But I was like, that is So-yee. And then her body disappears. Like, if you haven't watched it, I apologize, because this is not really a review. It's more like a discussion with all of you. And I just finished it. So I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so let's break down the characters now and what I think is going to happen. So Moon Dong-yoon, who is the antagonist, the female lead in this, the one who was bullied, I don't know what's going to happen with her. I know that she's willing to lose her life for this narrative and this vengeance, but I don't know how it's going to play out in the second part. Jo Young-jung, I don't know if he is the son of the man who tormented her the most. And if that is it, does that mean they've not shown us who the main tormentor was? So now that's got me thinking about a lot of stuff. But his story, I'm not really sure. I don't know if he's using her vengeance to feed his own darkness. I think that that's kind of like what's going on right now. Park Young-jin, I believe Park Young-jin is gonna die. I don't know how. I don't know how many people she's gonna take down with her, but I think she's gonna die. And personally, I accept that. She's a psycho. She's psychotic for everything that she did to all those students. She actually, I think, killed So-yee. She pushed her off that roof. And that itself is like, yeah, you deserve to go for that. Ha-do-young, who is Park Young-jin's husband, I'm not sure what's going to happen to him. I don't think he's going to die. I don't know if he's going to keep his daughter, which is technically not his daughter, but we'll see about that. Choi Hae-jung, who is one of the bullies, definitely might die as well. John Jae-jun, he definitely deserves whatever is coming his way. Honestly, I think they should all burn. But moving on, Lee Sara, I can't stand the girl. She's probably the worst, and I think maybe her addiction is going to get the better of her. We just have to wait and see. Son Myung-ho was beat up. I think Park Young-jin beat him up, but I don't know if she killed him. Definitely she was the one. I think that's how she got her scar on her foot. And that's why she was wiping her shoes like at the end of part 1. At the end of the last episode. But I don't know what happened to him. He's missing right now. Nobody knows where he is or who he's with, if he's still alive. So I personally think that he might be dead. But my auntie thinks that he's alive, and Moon Dong-yoon is shielding him. So we'll see about that. We'll see how that goes. And then we have Kang Hyun-nam, who is basically the stalker for Moon Dong-yoon, and she's doing all the legwork because Moon Dong-yoon promised that she would kill her husband, who has been abusing her all this while. And that was one of the things, like the things that is like, this woman and her daughter are going through abuse on a daily basis. Like, the man is literally beating them up like they're punching bags, and nobody is doing anything. Is it because they're poor? And it's one of the things, it's very much like the rich are here, the poor are here kind of situation going on in this TV show. But we're just going to focus on the vengeance, people, because that's what I'm interested in. And Moon Dong-yoon is taking her vengeance in a way where they think that they're going to get out scot-free, but she's definitely using them to pull everybody down, kind of like crabs. That's what she's doing with them. And I love the way she's playing the game, because I think when it comes to the end and when everything comes together and we see the big picture, it's gonna be like, ah, you know. And I'm excited for that. The way they tell the story, they go back and forth, and at first I didn't like that, because I thought that we were done with the bullying aspect of it and all that. It's a horror show. It's a lot to swallow, the way she was bullied, to be honest. And I thought that we were done with that in episodes 1 and 2, but they just keep bringing more. It's like an onion with layers. It starts with like the physical torture, with like burning her with a curling iron, like actually searing her skin with a curling iron, because they know they can get away with it because she's poor and they're rich and nobody will talk to them, nobody will touch them for what they're doing to these students, you know. And then it gets worse, like her making her stand in the rain so that they can see the outline of her breasts, kissing her without her permission, forcing that, punching her, choking her to see if she blacks out within 8 seconds. Like, it just gets worse every single time. And honestly, I wonder how this girl is like functioning, because after that kind of thing, and that's why she was like, I don't want to give up my vengeance, because it's the only thing that's keeping me up and keeping me sane right now, just keeping me going. And I totally understand, man, because of everything that she has gone through. I'm excited for part 2. If you haven't seen this, check it out. It's on Netflix. On a DVD scale, people, this is a solid 8.9 out of 10. I think I lose a lot with the transcriptions and the subtitles and translations, but it's still enough that you understand what is going on and where this is going. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I post new videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, that was all over the place. That was all over. You need to tighten the shit. You need to tighten it up. That was too crazy.